Hi, if you're studying TOEIC, welcome to my video, okay? So this is the Hackers TOEIC vocabulary book, okay? So today we're going to talk about day three, and I'll try to get through this video a little bit faster than the last video. Now, if you want this review sheet, you can look in the description box below, okay? If you want the file of this, you can also talk to me about that, okay? So this is the day three vocabulary discussion. First, I'm going to read these words 2 times. Please say them with me, and then later we're going to have a conversation about the words, okay? So, day 3. Let's talk about these. Say these nice and loud. No one's near you, so you can say these words loud, okay? So, accustomed. Corporation. Demanding. Colleague. So I know there's an O there, but it's going to be colleague. Division. Request. Efficiently. Manage. Submit. Directly. Remind. Instruct. Deadline. Sample. Notify. Perform. Monitor. Deserve. Assignment. Entire. Switch. Keep going. Say these words. Pronunciation is important, especially for understanding, okay? So, where can I get this one? We'll do it over here, but I'm going to be squished. Release. Extension. Electronically. Attendance. Absolutely. Delegate. Attentively. Supervision. Workshop. Draw. Revision. Make sure V sound, okay? Revision as well. Revision. Reluctantly. Acquaint. Convey. Check. Headquarters. File. Oversee. Involved. And concentrate. So concentrate. Okay, concentrate. Okay, so if you want, you can go back and look at these words. Make sure you can say them, okay? Now, let's talk about these, okay? So here, accustomed. If you are accustomed to something, okay? So accustomed means that you get used to something. You start a habit with something. So when I moved to China, I had to be accustomed to chopsticks, okay? I was okay, but I started to use them every day, and I became accustomed to them, okay? So you get used to it. It means you're used to something. You're used to using it. So if you start a new computer program, you have to become accustomed to it. Now, you can use this with a verb afterwards, with ing, okay? So I was accustomed to using chopsticks. I could also say I was accustomed to living in whatever country, Australia or Taiwan or China, like this, okay? Corporation. Now, in English, the word corp, the root, C-O-R-P, corp, has to do with body, okay? So corporation. So corp, C-O-R-P, has to do with bodies. But here we often use it for a big company. A big company. So there are other words like company, like conglomerate, that kind of mean the same thing, okay? And the reason they call it a body is it's the whole company, okay? Not just like the selling part, but the making part and the advertising part and the accounting part, all that kind of stuff. This is all part of the corporation, okay? Demanding. Demanding is just an adjective. It just means difficult. If you say his job is very demanding, it means his job has lots of stress. Or we'll say that teacher's course is very demanding. It means lots of homework. You can even use this for hiking, when you're hiking the mountains, or skiing. You'll say that mountain or that hill is very demanding. It means that it's hard. It's hard. And if you're a beginner, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't hike it, or you shouldn't ski down it, okay? Because it's very demanding. Of course, you should know the word demand, okay? So it means like an order. He demanded me to clean the bathroom or something like that. Maybe your boss, okay? So demand. A colleague. A colleague is fine. It's very official language. You can just say co-worker. Co-worker. We usually use this for higher level jobs. So if you work at McDonald's, it's very, very rare to use the word colleague. We can say co-worker. You know, oh, she's my co-worker at McDonald's. But maybe higher level jobs like a professor or a doctor, they usually use the word colleague. Colleague, okay? The word associate is okay. Peer is a slightly different meaning. Okay, the word peer is usually used with kids, like a student, a high school student will say, "This is my peer." We're talking about peer pressure. Okay. Division. Division is part of the corporation. Okay, so if a part of the corporation, like if you work for Samsung, Samsung maybe has a cell phone division. Okay, but they also may have a computer division, or a car division, I don't know, or an elevator division, okay? These are all different parts of the company, okay? So it's divided up, okay? So you know plus, minus, multiply, and division, okay? Division. Request. A request is a verb and a noun. So we can say, maybe if I go to a restaurant, I will request a meal with no nuts because I have an allergy. It's not true, but you can request it, okay? Or if you go to a hotel, you can request a non-smoking room, okay? So you say, oh, I requested. So you're just asking for something. You can request water too, or if you're at a restaurant. So please, can I request some water? It's very polite, okay? Request. So that's a verb, and it's also a noun. So it's like, I'm helping his request. Okay, so you're helping it. Efficiently. Efficiently. It just means with good speed. Okay. So if I read a book and it takes me 3 hours, but if you read a book and it takes 5 hours, and both of us can answer a test and get 100%, we'll say I read the book more efficiently. With my wife, if it comes to I don't know, folding clothes. She's wicked fast. I do it more. I fold more clothes than her, but I'm slow. So I'll fold like 10 shirts and 10 pants, and it'll take me 10 minutes. But my wife will do the same, and she'll fold it in 6 minutes or 7 minutes, and she's really fast. So we say she is more efficient than me. If you're in a business, efficiency with a CY at the end is super important. How fast you can make a good product, okay? So you can say, oh, I can do it very efficiently. Now, before, I think it was day 1 or day 2, we talked about the word proficient. I'm a proficient typer. You can also use the word efficient in this way too. I can efficiently type or efficiently use some program, okay? So it kind of means the same in this situation. Manage. Manage, the word manage here. The word manage. It does mean that you are looking after some people, okay? You know, so if you manage the gas station, it means that you are kind of the boss. Maybe the real boss is far away, but you are the manager. And if there's a problem, the workers will phone you or talk to you. If there's an angry customer, then they talk to the manager. In a big restaurant, they will have a manager as well, okay? Manage can also mean like you did something capably. So if I told you you have to remember all 40 words in 2 days, like, ooh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can manage that. It means I don't know if I'm able to do it. Okay. Yeah. So it also has this word like you're capable to do it. We'll say, oh, maybe you go to a professor and you can say, look, I'm taking 6 classes and all of them have lots of homework. All of them are very demanding. Right now, my homework is unmanageable. Okay, it means that you can't manage. There's not enough hours in a day. Okay, you study 16 hours a day, but it's not enough. So you can talk to a professor, and maybe they can help you. Okay, they'll make it manageable. They'll say, "Oh, give me this report later, stuff like that." Okay, you feel overwhelmed. Look up the word overwhelmed. Okay, submit. Submit is a fancy word. It means hand in. Okay, so you hand your homework in. This word is used a lot in universities. They'll say, please submit your homework on January 15th or something like that. Submit can also be used for an interview, a job interview. Please submit your applications something day. Okay, submit. The noun here, they also have the noun in this book. It's submission. Submission. Maybe they'll have an email that says, sorry, you didn't give us the money. We cannot accept your submission. You cannot go to Harvard. That would be a terrible, terrible email. Okay, so this is submit. So hand in or turn in. Okay. Directly. So it just means not this way. If I say, oh, I flew to Canada directly from Japan, it means I didn't stop in Los Angeles. It wasn't like Japan, Los Angeles, Canada. It was just Japan all the way to Canada. So I flew directly. If you directly talk to the manager, it means like he's there and you're here and you talk. Okay, this is directly talking to the manager. Remind. I need lots of reminding. My wife reminds me about everything. Okay, so remind. You hear the word mind. It brings it to your mind again. Okay, so please remind me. Maybe if we have a meeting, I'll say, oh, please remind me the day before. So you'll send me a text message and you remind me, okay? Reminder is the noun. So say, he needs lots of reminders, okay? Instruct. Instructors instruct. Teachers teach. Coaches coach. So a baseball coach coaches you, okay? You can also say baseball coach teaches you. That's fine, okay? An instructor is usually for individual sports, like yoga instructor or swim instructor. A coach is usually for team sports, so like baseball coach and stuff like that. But at work, we don't usually you can use the word teach. Someone needs to teach me. Again, McDonald's will say, someone needs to teach me how to use the oven. But you can also use the word instruct. It means like show me or teach me, that kind of stuff. Deadline. It's a line, and then you'll be dead. It means a time when you need to submit things, hand things in. Okay, so we'll say this homework, you need to submit it before January 15th. But January 14th is fine. January 13th is fine. January 10th is fine. January 16th, no, 0. You get 0. Okay, why? Because it's after the deadline. So you can ask them to extend the deadline. We use that one a lot. If you are overwhelmed, okay, your responsibility is too much, you just ask someone to extend the deadline. You say, I can't manage it. So you extend the deadline. Or you say to the boss or the teacher, I can't meet the deadline. So we use the word meet. M-E-E-T, meet. Someone's going to meet the deadline. Maybe the boss, they'll say, oh, Daryl, this work is very, very important. Our biggest client needs it before Friday. And then Wednesday, he'll ask, Daryl, can you meet the deadline? I'll be like, boss, maybe I have to stay up all night, but I will meet the deadline. It means that you will get it on time. Okay, so not after the deadline. Sample. Sample is a verb and a noun. I love sampling things at Costco. So you go to Costco, and over there, they're sampling cheese, and you eat it. Like, ooh, let's buy it. And over there, they're sampling ice cream, and you eat it, and you buy it. These are all samples, okay? So if you work for a factory, and they're selling, I don't know, phones. Maybe the store will ask for a sample. They'll send it, and then they like it, so then they'll order 100. Stuff like this, okay? Sample. So it's a verb and a noun. We say, he sampled the ice cream. Or let's try this sample, the noun, okay? Notify. Notify is a little similar to remind, but remind means something you might forget. Notify means like tell somebody about something, okay? Give them a notice, okay? So notice is the noun, and also notification, okay? So there's two nouns. Really it's the same, okay? And notice and notification, okay? And notify is the verb. And it says the word inform here, which is great too. You give them information, give them details, okay? So if you have a clothing store and you have a big sale once a year, maybe you want to notify your customers. You send them a group email, or you mail them the pamphlet, okay? Perform. Performance. You guys should know this by now. Piano performance and all that kind of stuff. We also talk about a company's performance. This phone sucks. This phone is terrible. Maybe Samsung will have bad performance, okay? Monitor. Monitor, it means watch. Watch something closely. So a good manager will monitor his employees. Make sure they're working hard and all that kind of stuff, okay? Watch what they're doing, not wasting time, making them efficient. Okay, so this is all monitoring people, watching people, okay? But nowadays, stores will have cameras up there, CCTV cameras. This is also monitoring people, okay? Watching people aren't stealing things and taking them home like this, okay? And then they take the phone home. So the cameras are monitoring people, watching people. Now, an old word for computer screen was also monitor, a monitor, but we don't use that as much anymore, okay? Deserve. Deserve. If you remember all these words, you deserve a treat. Remember all 40 words? Then go get some ice cream. Okay, you will deserve it. My wife never says I deserve ice cream, but that's okay. I eat it anyways. Okay, so deserve or don't deserve something. Good. I'm missing what number we're on. Assignment. It just means a homework assignment, a job. Okay, one specific job. So here it talks about a job that goes to India. So this is an assignment. A newspaper reporter, maybe there's a car crash 100 miles away, 160 kilometers away. And some newspaper reporter will say, I'll take the assignment. And they have to drive all the way there, find out the information, write the story, and then drive back. This is their assignment. But a homework assignment. This is your homework assignment. Fill this in. Do the sentences. Remember the 40 words for the test, okay? This is your homework assignment. A teacher will assign homework. Okay, I will assign you homework, the verb. Your boss will also assign you some work, okay? If you work on a newspaper, the editor will assign you a story, okay? There's a dog show over there. Go write a story about the best dog. Okay, boring assignment like this, okay? Entire means whole. Okay, if we say my wife threw out my entire clothing set or whatever, my entire wardrobe, it means I have no more clothes left. Okay, if we say Daryl ate the entire pizza, it means all of it, and I didn't share. Okay, entire. Release means open your hands. Okay, but we also say like a company will release information or release a report, or if somebody's in jail. Bad person in jail, let me out, and then I'm in jail for 10 years, then they will release me. They will open their hands and I walk out the door. Okay, this is called release. So it kind of means like giving freedom. So a company will get all this information, and then they will release it, and then people can read it if they want or not. Okay, and then the company doesn't control that information anymore. They released it. Extension. If you have a homework assignment and there's a deadline, and you can't do it because you are too busy, you're not working efficiently enough, you can go to the professor and you say, the deadline, I cannot meet the deadline. Please give me an extension. It's a noun. Or you can say, please, please, please extend the deadline. Okay, the verb, extend and extension. Okay. Here for my computer, I have a very long cord. But if it's not long enough, if I have to take the electricity all the way over there, I'll have an extension cord. Okay? So there it's an adjective. Okay, and it goes into the power. Electronically. This is the E in email. Okay? Electronic mail. Electronically. So it means, nowadays it means through the internet. Yeah, electronically. I'll talk to you electronically. Internet or Skype or YouTube video. Attendance. Attend. It means body has to be there. If you have a meeting, you say mandatory attendance. Okay? It means you must attend. There's no choices. You will lose your job or be punished if you don't attend. You should also attend high school, university. Don't skip. Okay? Absolutely. It's a great word. I love it when my students say that absolutely. It means definitely. Can you do your homework on time before the deadline? Absolutely. It means definitely or certainly. Okay. Yep. Delegate. Okay. By the way, this one has two pronunciations. I forget which one I did before. Delegate and delegate. Delegate, verb. Delegate, noun. Delegate means hand out jobs, job assignments. Okay. So if a manager has 6 jobs and 6 workers, we'll say, Darren, you do this. Teresa, you do this. Jennifer, this. Tony, this. Chris, this, like this. I'm delegating the work. Okay, kind of like handing out the work. A delegate will go to like a conference or something like that. So like I represent Samsung. So I will go to a conference in Germany. And I'm a Samsung delegate, like this, okay? Yep, okay, and I'm forgetting a word I wanted to talk about. Delegate, manage, direct, efficiently, request, instruct. I forget. Next word. My memory is not what it used to be. Okay, delegate. Remember that. Attentively. With good attention, okay? So people are listening attentively. It's like, If Bill Gates is talking to you, you should listen attentively, okay? It might change your life. So it means listen without worrying about your phone or whatever, or people talking over there, but you are listening, okay? Attentively, okay? Supervision means supervise, which means manage, which means monitor. Very similar. So supervise, supervision, supervisor is a person. It's very, very similar to manager. This is my supervisor, this is my manager. You can use these words the same way, okay? Monitoring, monitor, supervise, similar, okay? So you have to know these similar words. Workshop. Workshop is usually kind of like a helping thing. Something that's going to teach somebody. So someone who has a professional job like me, maybe I'll go to a grammar workshop, okay? Or a workshop that teaches me how to use the whiteboard properly, or how to use YouTube to teach my students better. This is a workshop. I'm finished my university, but I still want some training, okay? Some learning. So I go to a workshop, okay? Grammar workshops, the best people. Draw. Draw has a couple meanings. Everyone knows the word draw a picture. This has an older meaning. This meaning is the word pull, okay? So a long time ago when people got their water from a water well, we will draw the water. It means pull the water up, okay? So the word draw quite commonly in higher English means the word pull, okay? So here they talk about drawing attention. It means that people's eyes are going to be like that. So if Samsung made this phone, but they made it pink, it would draw attention. Everybody would be like, whoa, that person has a pink phone. Crazy. Or that's why mannequins, clothing stores will put mannequins in the window because they're trying to draw attention. Okay, they're trying to get people driving or people walking, and their eyes will be like, whoa, those clothes are great. They're trying to draw attention. Okay. So draw means pull attention. People's eyes must look at it. Someone's pulling, and people have to look. Have to look where they're pulling. Okay, pull attention, draw attention. Now here it does talk about draw praise and draw inspiration. It means, again, like, where do you get your inspiration from? Okay, where can you draw the praise from? Okay, so if I give a big long speech and everyone's like, wonderful speech, we'll say my speech drew attention or drew praise. Okay, so people are like, oh, wonderful speech. It means my speech pulled in some attention or praise. Okay, so this is definitely higher English. Revision means you revise. It means do again. Okay, all of your writing, you should revise it at least once. Reluctantly. Okay, if you ask my little boy to play with his ball, he'll be like, oh, my ball. And then you ask again, please, little boy, can I play with your ball? And my son will be like this, oh, no. And then dad will come and he'll be like, son, share the ball. And then my son will be like, okay. He does share, but he does it reluctantly. He's doing it, but not because he wants to, because he must. Okay. Some of you doing your homework are doing your homework reluctantly. I know it. Okay. When I was young, my parents made me practice the piano, and I did it reluctantly. Okay. You don't learn as much. Enjoy the English homework. Okay. Don't be reluctant about doing things. But I still clean the bathrooms reluctantly. My wife will say, clean the bathrooms, and I do it reluctantly. Acquaint means be familiar with somebody. You said before colleague, he's my colleague. You can say he's my acquaintance. You know someone's name, but you're not, that's it. That's all you know. Or if someone says, Daryl, do you know London? And say, oh, I've been there 3 or 4 times. I'm acquainted with London, but I don't know it great. It's not like I live there or something like that. Okay. Convey. A conveyor means it's like moving along. Okay. So if there's the belt and it's moving things, we're conveying things. But you can also convey a message. Like if I know your cousin, I'll say, oh, please say hello to your cousin for me. You can say, please convey my greetings with your cousin. Okay. So it's passing through you and going to your cousin. Okay. This is convey. Check your email. Check your homework. I check lots and lots of homework. Check. Okay, check. But it means look again. Before you go to the airport, you should check if you got money, tickets, and passport. Okay. Clothes help too. But those are the 3 things you should check for. Always have your money, your clothes, or your money, your tickets, and your passport. Okay. So this is checking things. And you can check the internet for things and stuff. What's the price? What's the price on the phones? So let me check. It happens in a store, like if there's a sale or something. Headquarters. It's the main place. So there's McDonald's all over the world, but maybe the headquarters are in America somewhere. I forget. Walmart has headquarters. Coca-Cola has headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So Microsoft, Bill Gates, his headquarters is in Seattle. So all these companies have different headquarters. Samsung, I'm sure, has a headquarters in Korea somewhere. Okay. You might go to Africa and see a Samsung store, but the headquarters is in Korea. File. File is a verb and a noun. Okay, file means putting things. We'll say A first, B, C, D. This is filing things. Okay, but it's also the piece of paper is a file, computer file as well. Okay, so if the boss has lots of paperwork and you say, "Oh, boss, I will file the paper for you," it means put them in the right place, because the boss has so many files. Okay, we got three more. Oversee, like monitor, like supervise, like manage. Okay, watching people and stuff like that. Oversee people. Involved, it means that you're in it with other people. You're involved with other people. So if there's a fight over there and you're like, I'm doing nothing, I'm not doing anything, and the boss comes and the boss screams, why are you guys fighting? And he looks at you and you're like, I'm not involved. It wasn't me. I wasn't in the fight. It means no part with you. But if people are fighting over there and you're like, oh, I hate that guy, and you punch him a few times, and then the boss comes, now you are involved. Okay, so now you're involved. So it means in it. But in a business sense, involved will mean like maybe a manager will be involved in making decisions. Okay, so you say he is involved in everyday activities. It means he's doing it. He's part of the process. Last word, okay? Last word is concentrate. Concentrate. Concentrate's a verb similar to the word focus. Please focus. Please concentrate. Concentrate has a noun, concentration. So, I surprised you. And we'll say, oh, I lost, like losing something. I lost my concentration. Okay? I'm very good at making people lose their concentration. So this is concentrate. Concentrate hard, okay? Concentrate hard on your homework. Don't do it reluctantly. Day 3, keep going. Bye-bye.